suppose you can have the. So, I mean, first of all, do you have? I know it's hard, but do you know what exactly is this?
I think they're killing that cow, right?
Yes.
And in a little bit of brutal way, they put the knife into her throat, and she's like half dead.
Yes, she has to bleed out. Just so you know, this is like standard practices. They have to slit the artery here so the animal bleeds out. So it's like that's the way it's supposed to be, so it can be edible.
Yeah.
All right. So have you seen anything like this? Because now this is a pig, like it's pretty much the same situation.
Unfortunately, I have seen pictures like that, and I knew that it's happening all over the world. This killing method, unfortunately.
Like, what do you think of this? Like, how does it seem to you?
I think it's very cruel. I think it's absolutely cruel, and it's something what I absolutely don't like to see, but I also don't like to know that it's happening.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, I would love.
Have you ever thought about this? Like, why do we do this?
Why? I just know that some people like that kind of killing methods to people because of several religious reasons.
Oh, I see. So do you mean this is not halal though? If you're talking about halal, this is the standard practices. Like this is what's happening pretty much everywhere worldwide, and it's one of the not traditional but the industry methods. You know?
Okay, maybe to avoid. No, I really have no idea why they are doing that in that absolutely horrible method.
I know. But I put you in position here so you don't feel like it's interrogation. Yes, it's not a test. It's not. It's pretty much a conversation. So okay, now you can see like the body parts, like just the things that they're gonna go to the local butcher or supermarket. Do you think there is a necessity for this?
Actually, I can't imagine that there's a necessity for that.
So, like, if this is not necessary, what can we do as individuals? So, I'm a bit asking open questions.
Yeah.
So, I'm just gonna guide you, regardless.
I'm not sure what reason is justified to doing that. To be honest, when I see it now so bluntly in front of me on the screen, I can't imagine why. Actually.
Yes. So this one is like has some spasms because they use the bolt gun. A bolt gun is one of the traditional the industry methods. Let's say it like this. But they stun the animal. They stun it so it's not as frightened. But sometimes, like in bigger animals, it's not that easy. Like you can see here, this is also standard practices. They also do gas chambers in pigs. This is one of the most common methods. Like this is, they do not try to do this like to, let's say, be cruel to them. That's the way it's done. This is what I want you to get from this. Like, do you think there is a better way to do this?
Actually, I can imagine that there is a better way of doing it.
You can't.
I can imagine.
Okay, you can. So, do you have? Sorry, just let this guy pass. We're just just because there are people saying, we always have. So people can actually see you. Sorry.
Just when someone says, "Oh, we always did it this way," it doesn't mean that it is justified and that we can't find another method if we want to kill animals, to kill them in a more not torture way. I think there would be a possibility.
But do you have a way in mind? Because what I usually ask is, there might be a way, but like no one has a better one. Like I mean, just can you imagine like what a situation like that would be?
I would maybe give them anesthesia or something like that.
Anesthesia or something.
Something like that. Yes.
This is kind of not allowed because then it's not edible for humans because it has the anesthesia in it, like the drug,
Okay. Yeah, but
I understand what you're saying.
Nowadays, then I'm asking myself why, in that case, we are totally refusing drugs and pharmacy, and
I get
consume so much pharmaceutic stuff daily through the water, through vaccines.
Yeah, I can tell you that 80% of the planet's antibiotics are fed to animals.
Yeah, so we consume a lot. Anyway.
Yes. Do you think? Well, let's see. For a moment, like, do we have to do this?
No, we don't.
So, do you think like we can live otherwise?
yeah, we can all, first of all, we can all eat less meat.
All
That's
right.
what I think.
Yes.
And second, I think there can be found other methods. We are so innovative in so many aspects. I think it's also like we can be innovative in finding another
in this
method that
industry.
is less cruel and with less suffering and torture for the animals.
I get it. Do you think like I mean, if we can survive without doing it at all, like, have you heard about this scenario? That, I mean, do we have to eat meat or byproducts or dairy?
Oh, I know that we don't need meat to
We don't
survive.
need. Or
We can have our...
what about dairy, or eggs or fish, like milk, cheese?
Oh, I don't think that we need that. There and you know, again, I think we're so innovative about nutrition. We definitely can find other stuff to eat. You know, for example, chickpeas or something like that. But beetroot for the iron and all that stuff, proteins. We can totally adjust that easily with our knowledge nowadays. I think it's possible.
Yes, all right. So you've heard the word vegan again, yes? Yes. So, like, you pretty much said some of the things that vegans eat, like chickpeas and legumes, like it's the main, let's say, source of protein because it's also healthy for us. But so if we can be vegan, why aren't we? And we pay for this because, you know, when we don't actually are vegan, we pay for something like this because the industry is like this. And why don't you think we're not?
I think it all became a little bit too big. You know, for example, I eat meat, you know, and I like meat, but I eat not so much meat. And I come from Austria originally, and
Austria,
if it's possible, yes.
Right.
And there I can buy the meat from a farmer, you know, and there they kill one cow at the farm itself. Why we have to industrialize it and so big? Because you see how many meat you find.
The demand is that big. The demand is that big.
Too much demand and so much meat that we throw away because anyway it's too much to consume.
I understand that.
So we must make it smaller.
All right, but I'm going to ask you, what about the individual? Like, do you see animals as sentient beings? Like, do you agree with me? Like, do they feel pain? They do feel pain. Do they want to live?
Yeah.
So,
I think they do, you know, but I think for me, I often thought about that topic, you know, and maybe I think it's in our human story. We are meat eaters, but I see that now we are changing now, and we must change our mind. We can be healthy without meat. I think it's just a little bit like a habit that we still keep on going, and so it's like with the time changing. That's what I think and what I feel.
I understand. Like, would you be able to do it yourself? And I'm not talking about the scenario to kill an animal, yes. And I'm not talking about scenario of survival. Like, you're not in a deserted island. You're here in the city, and you have the option to do it. Would you do it yourself? Like, would you be able to, if you want to?
If it is absolutely necessary.
No, if it's not. If it's just going to, let's say, what I'm gonna eat today. Well, it's either chickpeas or I'm killing a cow. You would avoid it.
Yeah, that's for sure. And that's actually probably the point why why these things go so well together, because we don't have to kill the animals ourselves, and we don't know how it's made.
So, do you think if it were dogs, like you said, like we should kill less of them? Okay. So if the animal that we were about to eat, it was dogs, do you think we should be killing dogs to eat? Would it be okay with you? Should we kill less dogs? Because in China, like they say that they do eat them. They have a festival about them. What's your position in this?
Well, I never have eaten a dog, to be honest.
Me neither.
I personally think, you know, it's not per se wrong that
okay, some honesty there. I appreciate this.
Sorry about that.
I appreciate this. No, I really appreciate it.
You know, I see it like how, for example, my sister, she has sheep, and they live with them a year, but at the end of the season they kill a sheep and they eat it, but they totally honor it. They totally let it, let me say, prepare also, and also it's like something energetical. There's love in it. It might sound perverse to a vegan, I know that, But I feel this is okay for me because that animal had such a good life.
Yeah, but do you think like yes?
And that's what I think, and it's like how you work through it mentally.
I understand, but what I also think is we can find ways to justify things, and I don't know if this is a way to do it, because we've also been kind of used to eating meat. And it's a normal thing, but we do not want to do the dirty action.
Yes, I absolutely agree.
Now, if it was not a necessity, what gives him or the right to kill me and eat me? Because this could have actually be serial killers would say but I had to hit this guy. Why would you have to hit this guy? You could just go get something else. Like cigarettes. So I mean, would you say it's okay for us to be eaten by others just because they have the option to? Regardless, it's more of a philosophical question and a hypothetical, not an everyday. It's obviously illegal to do some harm to people. But what would you do? Like, would you be okay for someone to do harm to you? I know it's obvious.
I totally get your point. I totally agree with you. Even but in the sense of, for example, I would call myself a really conscious and aware person. And I know now much more than ever before that you explained me also your point of view, what's going on. But there's so much where we don't have a right to do, and also we are breaking so much human rights, even from human to human.
I understand this. I understand
our right of freedom is now threatened more than ever before. The freedom to speak up. And for example, I choose for me personally some points where I know that I have a good knowledge, where what is important for me, human rights stands more in my priority list up than animal rights, because I'm coming much from that side. And like at a certain point with a consciousness, I realized I have to pick out some points where I say yes, and for that I want to fight. And for me it's more for example, more human rights, getting people more conscious for their life, for their freedom, for their choice. So it's more like a choice, because otherwise I'm totally getting totally confused.
I understand this.
There's so much what is not right.
But do you know, like, it's really simple. I do not want to, let's say, make it complicated. It's actually what we go and support with our money. So you either have an option, which obviously it's a life choice. You just, I'm vegan today, but tomorrow I'm not. It's not obviously like this. It's not like you do harm or you don't. I understand it's a commitment. Okay, I can put it this way. And I'm not saying I'm comparing humans to animals. I'm just, what I did earlier is just comparing the logic we put behind on, paying for someone to do this if we're not doing it ourselves. Which is then again, it's like the same logic, but we do it ourselves. It still has a victim. This is what it is. So, like, it's actually, it's relatively easy to do it, like on what to eat. And then you see, okay, what do I wear? Is it some, skin of someone else, like a fur or silk or whatever? And then what I'm using on my face, is it cruelty free? Is it not? So it's actually, small steps that they don't really contradict any other stances that you have in your life.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I'm not saying like human rights or animal rights. I'm saying it's something that you just...
It's and, it's not or,
yes.
It's an and. We have human rights and we have animal rights, and all is justified that we have an eye on that.
Do you think, just two girls just ducked over before the camera. Do you think it's closer to your, let's say morals, or closer to your belief that being a vegan, or it's further to you? Well, how do you feel about this?
About being vegan?
Yes. Do you think it's closer to you, or it's further to your beliefs?
I think
commitment. Just asking what's what feels closer.
For example, I think I would say I eat 1-2 times in a month a piece of meat.
Okay.
I think it's not so much.
It's not so much, but it's still something.
But it's still something, and I agree totally with you.
Can I correct you? It's someone.
Someone.
Yeah, because it's a soul inside. It's not a plant. We didn't say a plant has some sort of responsibility.
I'm totally open to that.
I'm not judgy. Just trying to.
You want to create awareness, and this is what I appreciate.
Because if this were done to dogs, like let's say here or in Austria, people would be like crazy about it. I tend to believe this. Also, What's closer? Because I interrupted you and apologize for that.
No,
I don't really do it.
I think vegan is something that will totally, where I evolve to. I feel that already, you know, because it's also because we all get collectively, I think, much more sensitive. There are so many projects what people are doing with cruelty-free makeup. For example, I have a friend here in Greece. She told me about cruelty-free makeup and was telling to me, hey, listen, there's a brand, they have cruelty-free makeup, and I was like, I must confess, I was not aware. Now I know it. Now I change it because it's very easy. That's very easy. Now I know it, so I appreciate always.
I promise you, like, if you start adding recipes, do you cook?
Yes.
Yeah, you do cook? So that's easy. Like, actually, I do. I did enjoy cooking, but I was cooking animals, and I changed that to a vegan life. And it's really easy. It is actually easier for me, at least. I mean, the cleaning is just. That was the worst part for me, like cleaning. So
I think when you say it like this, to cook animal, then it sounds even different. As when when I say I cook meat, it sounds different. But now you said I cook animal, and this sounds really a little bit weird.
Do you know? Yes, I understand. Like, do you know why?
No?
Have you heard the phrase euphemism? Euphemism is when we say something differently to make it sound nice. We do not say, sorry for that, but we do not say, oh, what am I going to eat today? I'm going to eat pieces of animals, pieces of dead animals. So we do not say, we say gyros, we say souvlaki, we say pizza. We have ways to disguise it, but we cannot disguise this.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, no, but you have totally a point, and I'm surprised that this evening someone is confronting me today with that topic. No, but confronting in a good way. With that topic in a good way.
This is the title of the video, all right? I would not believe someone is confronting me.
It's good, and I think it's why this is happening to me today is because I think it's a call for me also to get even more aware of that. So I appreciate that because
we appreciate you.
It's a work, and
what's your name, if I may?
Michaela.
Michaela, again, Vasilis or Bill. Nice to meet you, Michaela.
Thank you so much.
Is it okay to upload this one? Like, it's our conversation, nothing. Okay.
It's okay.